What's up, Philly?
Score a goal.
Voracek cutting in the shot. He scores! Here's Simmons turning within a shot. He scores! Wayne Simmons again. Pure determination. Couturier in and goal. He scores! Got a shot up. Save. Rebound. He's got it. Steve Mason. Spectacular work. He scores! Miracle delivered. Giroux gets the game winner.
Now, Andy Robb, Ken Prell, the Philly Hockey Guys.
Yeah. Check it. It's so bad.
Welcome to the Philly Hockey Guys, episode 7.5 still, part 2.
I don't know. Let's just call it game summary / game preview.
There we go.
I don't know.
You
like
found
that?
the new toy.
I did. I have a hip hop air horn, and I tell you, I feel like DJ Khaled. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That won't get old.
No, I'm gonna put it away right now. That's the last you're gonna hear of it.
Well, welcome to the show.
Hockey's back! Holy
Yes.
hell, dude!
Had a split squad game last night against the Islanders and split them.
Let me just say real quick before we jump into that, it was so awesome to see more people getting back into Reddit Flyers again after an off season. Lots of usernames haven't seen in a while, and of course, if you're returning to the subreddit after the off season, check out the show sometime. Yeah. Absolutely. So shout out to Blinson and everybody on Reddit Flyers who's been interacting with us, and many more interactions are soon to come, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's talk about some of those games last night. Want to start with the Allentown one then?
Let's start with the Allentown
Go
one.
ahead.
A big 5-3 win.
Yeah, that first line, they looked pretty dynamic last night. Claude Giroux was really skating his heart out, wasn't he?
I think the biggest story out of that game was the new redemption line.
The redemption line?
Yeah, Vinny's line. LeCavier,
Oh, jeez.
Gagne, and Umberger. I think it was on Philly.com is where I saw them calling it the redemption line.
Umberger still seemed a little sluggish last night, but, you know, that's only going to...
See, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked a lot better than he looked at any point last year.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
In terms of like him with his speed, he looked a little bit sluggish, but also he's coming off of abdominal surgery and
hip surgery.
Hip surgery, that's the one. That's fine. That's perfectly normal. It's to be expected. I think he's going to pick up a little bit more as the season goes on and even actually starts for the actual regular season. I feel like it was a regular season last night. I'm like, yeah!
We're just so excited to have hockey back.
Oh, it was awesome.
And Vinny had a power play goal as well.
Yes, he did.
So far, you're looking pretty good here on the redemption tour.
See, I told you.
I'm going to need to see more than just one preseason
right.
game.
No, absolutely. That's fine. I mean, preseason doesn't mean much. Just look at the Eagles.
I thought we weren't going to talk about the Birds at all.
I just used that as a point to illustrate that preseason. But still, it was really awesome to see some of the young guys out there, too, as well.
And Haxtell was pretty impressed by Konechny.
He made something happen every time he was on the ice. He, a lot of hockey sense, and he plays with a lot of jam.
What?
Jam, it's back.
He plays with Jam?
Yep. The old Laviolette line. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm glad to hear that terminology come back.
Yeah, it's good to have that back. Wow, that was awesome.
Yep.
Apparently, Konechny was doing really well. He even impressed just the man we were just talking about, Vincent LeCavalier, in an interview after the game. Vincenzo says this, quote, "I saw him in the third. They're like, whoa, this guy is fast. He was turning one way, turning the other way. I don't know him that well, but for sure on that shift, everyone was on the bench just kind of mesmerized by what he was doing." That's good to hear.
That's high praise from a guy of Vinny's, all the accomplishments that he's had in the NHL.
Now, you don't want to read too deep into preseason games, but after the way that Konechny played last night, we have to go back to a point that we said early on when the show started up following the draft. That could very well be the top steal of the first round of this year's draft, even more than Provorov.
Yeah, it very well could be. And again, we talked about it at the time, was Hextall went up and made the trade to go get him. So, yeah, I mean, so far, again, we're getting probably way ahead of ourselves, but it's just one game. But very much impressed by what I saw last night.
Yep. He really did. For a small package, I mean, the guy can move with the puck, and he makes smart decisions. He's always making a play.
Well, let's hear a little bit about what he thought of his first game.
I think my first shift, I got the legs going, made a couple hits, and, got the feel of the game and the speed. And I felt by the second period and into the third, I was comfortable and, making plays that I wouldn't make at my first, second shift into the game.
Wow, I mean, what you can take away from that, you can tell that he's very confident in his game. Now, he probably already sees the writing on the wall. He realizes that he's probably not going to make the big club this year, but he certainly sounds hopeful. He sounds positive, and I got to tell you, the feeling is mutual on this side. The guy looked really impressive last night.
Yeah, and ended up getting his first goal as well.
It happened so fast, but, I remember the puck being chipped in, and, I was just hoping for a bounce in front of that. I ended up getting through, and I tried moving across the net and sliding a 5-hole, ended up working. I didn't even actually know it went in until I went past and looked at the net. So.
What are they like? Are they like doing this interview in front of a ceiling fan or
an
industrial fan?
It's like, yep.
Go ahead, talk. Like do an interview like you're doing a post-game thing.
Well, I just tried to skate up the ice there and didn't even know it went in the net. Hello, can you hear me?
That's pretty much what that sounded like.
Yeah,
that was very distracting.
Well, I've got more from Provorov. You want to hear it? Because it was his debut last night as well.
I thought I did okay. I had a couple plays that I could have done better. But I think for the first game, I thought I did okay.
So he wasn't here in the wind tunnel. It was just...
What the hell was that noise at the end? It sounded like a price gun or something.
I think he was trying to grab the microphone out of Panach's hands.
Give me that. And, he looked pretty good last night, too. I got to tell you, very, very good.
Yeah, he. I know he got caught a couple times trying to jump in the offensive zone, but again, it's his first game in the NHL. Even if it's just a preseason game. He looked, you see the potential there.
The positives certainly outweigh the negatives. I'll say that much.
Absolutely. Well, tonight, we got another game. We got the Rangers tonight, 7 o'clock at the Wells Fargo Center. Be on Comcast Network, and the NHL Network as well is going to pick this one up nationally.
So that means hopefully we'll be able to watch it on television instead of streaming, because it's only preseason, guys. But, if you live in central Pennsylvania like us, you try to tune to Comcast Sportsnet, and we're counting it down. We're like, all right, here's 6:51, 52. It's still going. It's still going. We're going to make it. 6:58 comes on, and all of a sudden... Oh, God, it's horrendous. Get that off.
Just awful. And then probably about 20 seconds later, I get a text from you going, are you kidding me?
Are you crazy? No, seriously. I mean, it's so infuriating. Yeah. We said to ourselves, they're like, there's no way. I even called my dad, because we're talking about the Flyers. And he's like, there's no way. I'm sure they'll allow you to watch it if it's a preseason game. Nope.
Yeah, just a preseason game.
Thanks a lot, Comcast. Thank you so much.
It's all Bettman's fault.
Here, as a matter of fact, I got my wallet right here. Here, you know what? I'm just going to throw it right in the trash. Go ahead. You know what? Because, my money's not getting me anything, apparently. I can't watch a team that's 200 miles away from me in a game that doesn't even freaking count.
Who are you kidding? There's no money in that wallet.
You're right. Actually, it's got my club card in it, so I have to get that back out. I need to save money on my prescriptions.
Well, we got the game tonight. No Voracek tonight.
That's
no
cool.
raffle.
That is perfectly fine.
But
can't wait to see what these other guys are going to do.
The top line's going to be Gagne, Couturier, and Simmons, so I'm interested to see that. And then the second line's going to be Umberger, Lawton, and Bradenchen. So that should be interesting as well.
All eyes, I think, will be on Sean Couturier, because obviously we couldn't watch the other game from the Barclays Center yesterday because it wasn't televised. But reading some comments from some people on Reddit Flyers that were actually at that game says that Couturier's problems were pretty much more of the same during last night's game.
Yeah, again, we're talking about the first game of the season. So if anybody thinks that, it's just going to be completely turned around. Plus, you got to remember, Hackstall wasn't up there coaching.
I'm looking forward to seeing him coaching Scott Lawton. And, we didn't even really touch on that. What did you think of Hackstall? First time out there coaching for the Philadelphia Flyers. I am pretty impressed.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's only one game. They got the win. It's going to be a fun ride.
Right. I mean, that's basically the point I was making. Ken was saying, you only get one first impression. I think he made a good one, especially for me.
And now tonight he'll do it in front of the home crowd. Mason going to play the entire game tonight.
Oh, that is just so good to hear. I can't wait to see Steve Mason again.
The other cool thing that they're going to be doing at tonight's game is the 3-on-3. No matter what the score is at the end of regulation, they're still going to do a 3-on-3 afterwards because that's the new overtime format.
Free hockey?
Yeah, so free
I'm
hockey.
all right with that.
So that'll be kind of cool to see.
Very interesting to see. I'm sure a lot of eyes, like I said earlier, you got Couturier centering that first line, so a lot of people are going to watch out for him. Can he break into the offensive zone more? How is Hackstall going to utilize him for that? But also the 3-on-3, I think, is a close second, maybe a third, because also we haven't really gotten to the defensemen yet, but we're about to.
Yeah. I mean, the defensive pairings tonight are going to be
look pretty damn good.
Yeah, Straight and Schultz will be your top defensive line.
I'm all right with that.
Provorov and Medi will be on the second line.
I still like the Russian defenseman.
The Russian defenseman.
I think that's much better.
And Sanheim and Ghost are going to be your third pairing.
To see Travis Sanheim and Shane Gostisbehere play together on the same defensive pairing, that's going to be...
It's a little glimpse into the future.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Speaking
Absolutely.
of defensemen, Del Zotto looked pretty good last night, too.
Yeah, he gets the night off tonight.
So Del Zotto is not playing tonight. LeCavalier is not playing tonight. Last year, we used to call that a Craig Berube special. So if you are going to the game tonight at the Wells Fargo Center, please feel free to drop a comment, share some pictures from the game tonight, and let us know how your experience was firsthand. You can follow us anytime at Philly Hockey Guy on Twitter. We're on Facebook, and also on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, all that good stuff.
And again, if you're checking us out on iTunes, feel free to give us a rating and a review. We'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And give us a follow on SoundCloud if you're checking us out there.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here in just a minute, just getting you ready for the game tonight. Now, this is kind of like a beta test, I guess you could call, maybe like a bench test as to what we're going to do in regards to the regular season. Before each Flyers game we're going to do a wrap-up of the game before, maybe do some audio highlights, stuff like that, and then do a preview of what to expect from tonight's game. So we're going to make them kind of short, kind of like the podcast that we put out yesterday. We just put out 2 shows within 2 days.
Yeah, well, we're excited about the start of the season.
15 minutes, get you ready. And, of course, if you have any input, just message us. We will respond to you.
And just one last piece of news before we get out of here for this show. Tomorrow, Flyers will make their first cuts.
Wow.
Wasting no time here in the preseason. So this could be a big game tonight for a lot of young players.
Gonna get rid of Tebow. No, that's very interesting, though, to think about if the Flyers, who they're going to get rid of. It's too bad it can't be Andrew McDonald, who was an alternate captain last night in the game in Brooklyn.
Does that show kind of the confidence that maybe Hackstall has in him?
I think the A is just for Andrew.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure.
Or they just picked it out of a hat?
They're like, here you go. Just wear it.
Hey, hopefully he has a bounce-back year as well. All right, you want to wrap this baby up?
Yep, we'll wrap it up. Get you ready for tonight. Flyers versus the Rangers. Oh, man, in South Philly, hockey is back on Broad Street, and I got to tell you, it feels good.
Absolutely. For Andy Robb, I'm Ken Prell. We are the Philly Hockey Guys. See ya.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like the Philly Hockey Guys podcast page on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Philly Hockey Guy and subscribe on iTunes, TuneIn, and SoundCloud.